Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a mixed media beach scene with real rocks and seashells and leaves and sand. If you guys can come up with a shorter name to my video, let me know down below. I'd really like to know what you think. And be sure to subscribe, click on the bell icon down below so YouTube will notify you every time I post new videos. It's going to be great DIY content that anyone can make. Alright, now let's get to the video. So let's start off by sketching out the general landscape of this painting. The top third is going to be for the sky, and then I'm going to draw a line from the bottom third point until the middle of the canvas to the right to separate out the ocean and the sand. I'm sectioning off some space for some rocks and then sketching out some palm trees. I do want the leaves to be the main attraction of this painting, so I'm going to draw a tree coming in from the side. I'm also going to draw a quick boat just to see if there's enough room for additional details to this painting. Alright, here we take some light blue paint. I've mixed in some white paint to this, and I'm just blending that all over the top third area. Just long strokes. Next, I'm going to take some white paint, hold the brush horizontal, and make some long sweeping motions. This is going to create some long white streaks and create a nice blended effect for the sky, from dark blue down to lighter blue. Okay, so now we take some dark blue paint and make one long sweeping motion to create the horizon. Using that point as a reference, coloring in the top half of the ocean. Then I take some sort of green, light green paint, sort of greenish blue, and just coloring in the bottom half of the ocean. To blend it all together, I'm taking this shade and mixing it in with the blue we had earlier, and then just making long sweeping motions across the middle of the ocean. Just keep blending that out. Alright, next we take some brown paint, mixing that in with white, and just coloring in all over the sand part. We are going to put some real sand here, but I do want to have some color underneath in case there's gaps or the layer just isn't thick enough. Okay, so now we take some dark brown paint and color in the tree bark. This is going to be a pretty solid coloring in, just following the pencil lines we made earlier. Alright, now we take some dark brown paint and just outline one of the edges and blend that in a little bit towards the bark. This is going to create a nice sort of shadowy 3D effect to these trees. Next, draw some horizontal lines throughout the bark. This is just some details for the palm trees, and draw in some fibers or hairs right below some of these lines. So here I'm taking some all-purpose glue and just sort of spreading that all over the sand area with a paintbrush. Be careful to stay within the lines. Like this video if you're enjoying. It's right there, will only take a second. Alright, now we take some sand and just sprinkle that all over the sand area. And then now just take the canvas and tilt off all of the excess sand. I'm going to add a little bit more glue just to create a second layer of sand, and also to add in my rocks and seashells. I am adding more glue to the rocks and seashells because they are going to need a little bit more to hold on. Okay, now I'm getting to the very edges of the sand area with my brush and then just sprinkling it all with more sand. So at this point, I realized that most of the rocks fell off. So I am taking my hot glue gun and gluing them using that. And then some additional sand to fill in between the cracks of the rocks. Sorry guys, I forgot to film this a little bit, but basically I'm taking some white paint and I'm painting all across the edge of the sand. This is going to create sort of the waves effect, a nice sea foam wavy effect. Make sure to sort of create that rough texture, because when this paint dries, it does dry smooth. Make these like poking motions to create a rough texture here. Okay, so now we take some pine needles and I'm gonna position them on this tree. Make sure to put the tallest ones in the middle and the shorter branches to the side. So I take my hot glue gun and only glue them right in the middle. I'm not gonna glue the whole branch because I do want a little bit of a 3D effect to these leaves. I don't want them to be just flat against the canvas. So going back and gluing each individual branch, but also only gluing it right in the middle of the tree. For this next part, I take a cardboard and cut it up into these pieces, and I'm painting them. Just to give you some context, this is going to be a boat. I just wanted sort of 2 layers for the back of the boat and the front of the boat, and I decided to have a little bit of fun and paint in some pretty designs. So I wasn't really sure where I was going with this. I just sort of wanted a line, but the line just sort of kept getting thicker and thicker and turned into a blended effect. All right, gluing them together, and here we have our boat. So I'm also taking this this like mesh I got from an onion bag, and I'm gluing that in to create sort of like a fishnet or something that just washed off to the shore. This is just to add a little bit more detail and another pop of color. And then gluing in the boat into the ocean. And here I'm outlining the boat with some black paint just to create a little bit more of a 3D effect. Some shadows. All right, now I'm painting in some birds in the sky. So I'm using black paint and drawing in these curved V shapes, and then I'm going back in with some blue paint and just going over some of these birds to make them look sort of like seagulls. I'm drawing in some ropes tied to the boat. We don't want it to just sail off into the ocean and lose it. Okay, and finally, I like to sign all of my acrylic paintings with my initials. So I'm doing that on a rock here. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely give this a try. It's super easy. Just need a little bit of paint and the natural things you find outside. If you guys want to check out more DIY videos like this, I'm going to put them over here and over here. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!